Have you noticed that some people give and give, yet their life feels smaller afterward, as if every generous act whispers, there still isn't enough? Here is the uncomfortable truth. Giving more can become a confession of lack, and confession hardens into experience. When I first came to my teacher, Abdullah, I was broke, restless, searching for a method to force the world to change. He did not offer me a trick. He offered me a mirror. He made me see that the world reflects what I am, not what I attempt. And he said, in essence, Neville, you cannot give what you do not have. Most people think giving is an action with a reward attached, like dropping a coin into a celestial machine. But giving is not a bargain. Giving is a state. And what you transmit is never the object itself. It is the consciousness behind the object. So if you give while feeling anxious, guilty, unworthy, or desperate to be good, you are not opening the door to abundance. You are reinforcing the identity that needs to earn it. Now pause. Ask yourself quietly, when I give, what am I secretly assuming about life and about myself? Let us begin with the simplest observation. A closed hand and a closed mind belong to the same state. Many give with a tight heart. They offer money they fear losing, time they resent spending, kindness they hope will purchase love. And then they wonder why their world remains stubborn. Because the law is exact. You do not receive what you want, you receive what you are. If you give from the state of I must sacrifice to deserve, you are occupying the state of the struggler. You may appear noble, yet inwardly you are assuming scarcity, and assumption, persisted in, becomes fact. I am not condemning generosity. I am exposing the hidden motive that poisons it. Real giving is effortless because it flows from fullness. False giving is heavy because it attempts to manufacture fullness through depletion. This is why I taught what I called uncritical observation of self. Before you give anything, coin, hour, attention, observe the feeling beneath it. Is it fear? Is it bargaining? Is it guilt? Then do not proceed as a habit. Change state first. But here is the riddle. If giving from fear blocks you, why does giving sometimes work for others so powerfully? What are they truly giving? They are giving from having. Abdullah drilled this into me. You cannot pour wine from an empty cup and call it abundance. You may hand over objects, but your consciousness remains the only reality you are multiplying. When you give from the feeling, I am already provided for, you are not losing, you are circulating the identity of wealth. And this is where people misunderstand the law of assumption. They try to deserve the end by excessive giving, as if heaven must be impressed. Yet the end is not earned, the end is occupied. I learned this through a simple incident that became a thunderbolt. I was told my passage home could only be arranged in inferior conditions. I returned to Abdullah with the report, and he refused it with such certainty that it startled me. In effect, he said, you are already where you want to be, and you went first class. Then he closed the door. He was not being cruel. He was teaching me the only lesson that matters. Do not accept the lesser state. Assume the worthiness of the fulfilled desire, and the world must rearrange itself to match your assumption. Yet many still sabotage themselves at the final gate. They can imagine abundance, but they feel wrong receiving it. So tell me, what is it inside you that refuses the gift? What refuses it is not circumstance. It is self-concept. People pray for prosperity while wearing the inner garment of unworthiness. They say, I want, but they live as I am not the one who gets. Then they attempt to compensate by giving more, serving more, shrinking more, until their giving becomes a quiet punishment. But the Father within does not demand your suffering. He demands your acceptance. Receiving requires the consciousness that says, this is natural to me. When you assume that you do not strain, you allow. Here is a mystery. You are not the source, you are the channel. A channel does not hoard, it does not fear its own flow. The moment you grasp at life, you block it. The moment you trust the inner supply, circulation resumes. And watch this carefully. Giving reveals your state. Do you give with resentment? You are in bondage. Do you give with superiority? You are defending an insecure self. Do you give with fear? You are confessing lack. But when you give from overflow, you are silently declaring, there is more where this came from, and the world echoes that declaration. Now we come to the practical question, the only question worth asking. How do you change states tonight so that your giving and receiving stop being a struggle and become a single, effortless movement? I will leave you with a simple experiment because truth must be practiced, not admired. Tonight, withdraw from the noise. Sit in stillness and choose one desire. One, not 10. One. Then ask, if it were already mine, what would I feel to be true about myself? Do not look for fireworks. Seek the quiet feeling of reality, the mood of fulfillment. Enter a short imaginal scene that implies the wish fulfilled, a handshake, a letter, a familiar room, a phrase spoken to you. Feel it as natural. Let the body soften into certainty. Then fall asleep or end your sitting, carrying that assumption like a secret you no longer need to prove. And here is the crucial test. Tomorrow, give something small, but only from overflow, not to earn, not to impress, not to bargain. Give as one who already has. It may be generosity, attention, patience, assistance, anything. Let it be light. Let it be free. Do this for 7 days. Assume first, then act from the assumption. You will discover that giving more was never the key. Being more was. Now go and practice. The Lord does not fail, only our state does.